And we're live, I think. So, as always, great to be meeting you all again on a Sunday evening here. And whatever you're up to, hope all is going well. And happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Um, Shark Scrapper just finishing up his live there. So, been jumping from there over to here. So, another great live by Shark Scrapper. If you're not checking out Shark Scrapper's lives, why aren't you? What's wrong with you? Get over there, meet loads of more scrappers and stuff like that. So first in tonight was JCT. So JCT, great to see you. Followed by the one and only Mr. Ian Matthews, of course. Scrap and Salvage. Good day, guys. Looking forward to some spectacular chat as I head down the highway to hell. Brackets work. Um, Simon, good to see you, sir. Hope all is good with you. Let me see. Wannabe Scrapper, E-Waste Mike, Wannabe Scrapper saying hurry up. So I don't know. Did he click before? Was he in before I went live? So sorry, Wannabe, for holding you up. E-Waste Mike, as normal, great to see you. Electronic Scrapper, good to see you, sir. I've got one word for you, Mr. Irish. Gold. Thank you very much. JRA Cat, welcome in. Bush Dog Scrapper, good to see you. So these are all the guys that were over there at Shark Scrapper, and they're making their way in. As you make your way in, why not hit that like, guys, please, if you don't mind. It will be really appreciated. Link is there if anyone wants to come up as normal. Good to see you all. What have you all been working on, guys? What has everyone been up to? I wonder what Mr. Matthews is working at in the shed at the moment, because he's obviously in the shed. I'd say when he was in the chat, so he probably has the stuff running in the background. Optimus Prime, welcome in. Good to see you, sir. Hope all is good. Weather in Ireland has taken a little bit of a turn. We're getting a lot more thunder showers. Weather is still warm, so whenever it's not raining, it's very clammy, very close weather. And then the sun breaks out every so often, and then we might get a big thunder shower and stuff like that. The only side note to that is my hay fever's down when it's raining, so I don't be sneezing as much. So that's it. I think I put the link out. Didn't I put the link out? Let me make sure I put the link out. Yeah, I did put the link out. It's pinned there on the YouTube side. So yeah, what has everyone been working on? HH Recycling, who, if anyone doesn't know who that is Wannabe Scrapper. He uses Wannabe on his mobile, and then when he's on his computer, it's he's logged in as HH Recycling, which is the name of his recycling company that he set up. Hey, Scrap Rodriguez, good to see you, sir. Hope all is good in your part of the world. Yeah, so what has everyone been working on? What have you been scrapping out, guys? I've been working on laptops, which you'll see coming in this week's video. I think I have every laptop in the place done now. I think so. I probably jinxed myself by saying that. I'm looking around before I say too much. No, I don't see any laptops left up here around me. So I presume that it's all done. Off with his head. Welcome in. Thanks for dropping in. Please hit the like. Look at that, guys. I got a blister on my hand from gardening. Oh, it's gone now. It's nearly healed up. I'm not used to all that hard work. Let me see. Anyone else say something? Yeah, but off with his head. Welcome in. Thanks for dropping in. Hit the like while you're there, and while you're passing through. I really would appreciate that. Big Country Scrapper. No, so I'm just reading. Someone just got a notification, but Big Country's just uploaded a video. I'll have to check that out later. I'm off work for the next 2 weeks, so I'm going to try and get a lot of scrapping done in the next 2 weeks, hopefully. We've got a guy in the basement. Don't know what he's up to, but we'll bring him up and we'll see. What are you playing at?
Well, I'm filming you, he's filming me, filming you.
Oh, so I'm going to be in your video of you filming me, filming you, talking to you, talking about me, about you watching me in the shed.
Yes, hang on.
You're not well.
Hey, hello, Jason.
Well, wait, happy Father's Day to you. I know you are a father, so happy Father's Day.
Oh, I've known to. Well, yeah, yes, I am.
Yeah,
I only got 2 presents though.
Yeah, well, What do you want? How many do you want, Matthews?
Oh, hello, Shet. Do you want to see me? Do you want to see me present? I'll be honest. My daughter, oh bless her, picked it up. Went, oh! I'll show it you.
By the way, welcome in, Shark Scrapper, and happy Father's Day to you as well.
Thank you.
Thanks, Shark. There's a box in here somewhere. I found it. So you got to imagine this all wrapped up, and it's here, Dad, box for you, and it's like
he was sure it was a bottle of whiskey.
She went, you're gonna like it.
No.
He got too excited.
He was playing with his hole again. We'll have to wait for him to come back.
Oh, man.
With someone else in the meantime coming up, E-Waste Mike. Happy Father's Day to E-Waste Mike as well. Hold on, he's back. Hold on, we'll bring him back.
I should have been given a camera. I was hoping it was a camera, but it wasn't. I'm thinking, it's the shape of a bottle of whiskey. But when I opened it, it was a can crusher.
Hey, it's.
Oh, there you go.
So there you go. A thoughtful daughter. She's seen me with that big bit of railway track, bashing me cans. But as I'm getting older, my wrists are getting weaker. And no matter how much I
practice
wrist exercises, it seems that old age is catching up with me.
I just want to say, Urban Prospector, by the way, he's pulling gold-plated pins. Mike will love to hear that. He's pulling gold-plated pins and putting them into his gallon jug. Mike likes that micro scrap and talk.
You'd be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah, Optimus Prime is saying, maybe she didn't get a new camera for you.
Hey, Ian, did your daughter get you one that is big enough to be able to put the tall beer cans in?
Suitable up to 500 milliliters. That's half a litre.
Yeah, that'd be the tall one.
Yeah.
Caution.
Okay.
Caution.
Yeah, let's see, I think these are 375 milliliters.
Yeah. Crushed cans can have sharp edges. Please handle with care.
Did she give you a pair of gloves and a wire mesh suit to wear? Because surely to God, you will manage to impale yourself with a can.
Well, actually, with that, I got a bottle of chocolate. I got a bar of chocolate. I've got bottles on my head. Got a bar of chocolate and Colin, you'll know what this is. A Colin the Caterpillar cake. Well, it wasn't Colin the Caterpillar. It was about big. It was only the size of one, and it was a caped crusader. He had a cape on and a mask and an hammer in his hand. I really have to show you a picture of that.
Yeah, we need to see that.
Oh, see what HH Recycling said? You'd think that someone that pushes a mouse around all day would have a better wrist strength and stamina.
Well, but the problem is just pushing that mouse around, you end up with that metatarpal, carpal, barpal, tarpal, starpal syndrome thing going on. So
yeah. I've got you there.
Yeah.
See, you know that mouse, it has a little, like this one. Oh, shit.
Oops.
Like this one. It's got a bit of a wheel in the middle, hasn't it? You know, a wheel.
Yeah.
Right, so you're lazy. You lay your hand on it all day. You end up with a seg like that. Can you see that seg there?
Oh, yeah, I see that. Yeah.
It's just because you're lazy. All day long, just minimal movement. Minimal movement.
Now, Ian, you are probably of that group of people that needs to be careful. I read a very interesting article about folks from United Kingdom, Northern Europe are susceptible to a genetic disease left over from the Neanderthals, where you get these growths in your hand that causes your fingers to pull down. And I'm not joking. This is a real thing. This is a real thing. So
it's actually called Van Drieten's disease, and it comes from the Vikings. And I do have it. I don't know if you can see that finger. Well, if you can see there, we need to get the angle.
Yeah, no, I can see it. Yeah, I can see that in your hand. There's
a buildup of calories on that tendon.
Yep.
It's like cellulitis, but it builds upon that tendon, and it does bring your fingers in. Yes, in the olden days, it's what they determined why witches they had hooked hands. Yeah, I've got it in both hands, unfortunately. Which means way back, some Viking came over and did one of me great grandmas.
Well, and even before then, somebody from your lineage got it on with a Neanderthal.
Whoa! Well, that about ties everything up just right.
Well, HH Recycling said it's from gripping pint handles too tightly.
So, I know a few people with it. I used to have a rep delivered to me every couple of weeks, and that finger was like that for him.
Oh man!
Right? I'm not so bad. It's just you can just see that little bit of a lean in it.
Hey, nice jump.
I know a guy who's had it curved out and scraped off, but these days they just put an injection in which dissolves the collagen, and sooner or later, when sooner or later when I can't grip my hammer right. No, lads. When I've not got a good grip on my hammer, I might need the injection.
Yeah, you don't want your hand to slip off your hammer handle.
No.
If I shoot coke out my nose, it's your fault.
Oh my God! Anyway, it's Father's Day. I've spent all day working outside. To be honest,
what's the weather like over there? Are you getting the thunder
showers? We was gorgeous weather, sunbathing weather. They said it'll be raining, it'll be a thunderstorm between 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock. Anyway, come 4 o'clock, it's still gorgeous weather. I did a load of brickwork in the back garden. You'll see the video if you watch it. And then boom, it come down. You can't tell. This is a grey t-shirt. It's just that sodden wet. Shirk,
Yes, sir.
Do you get rainstorms, thunderstorms over there in Florida?
They do.
We get a few every now and then, yes.
Did you not see a video a while back where he had you could hear the thunder in the background outside? It was one of his videos about a year ago now, and he left the video playing at the end so you could hear the rain. So people like that sound of rain falling, you know.
Oh, yeah. Sends me to sleep.
Yeah. So,
we actually, I believe that I might have these stats wrong, but I think that more people die from lightning strikes in Florida than anywhere else in the United States. So yeah, we get a lot of thunderstorms, and it's that time of year for thunderstorms here.
If you noticed in Shark's videos, he has developed a leaky skin syndrome as well. I was watching, and all you can see was the drip of sweat sitting on his nose, and it's like, is it going to fall? How long is it going to take to fall off his nose?
Oh man, that's just nasty. I'm sorry, that's just nasty. I got to be more careful about that.
That's why I cut off Shark. I think you're leaking.
Yeah, but oh my God, it just gets so hot in the shark cage during the summer because there's skylights in the building. So there's a lot of natural light, but that also turns the space into a freaking oven. Man, I'll have the doors open on both sides and the fan blowing, and it's still just hotter than Hades in there.
So if the gators don't get you, you're going to get electrocuted down in Florida. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to. It's a bit like Australia. Everything wants to kill you down in Florida as well.
Including the tree.
When during the winter, you'll be walking along and an iguana will fall out of a tree if it gets too cold, lands on your head, kills you down in Florida.
I don't know if you can hear it, but it's bouncing it down here anyway.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, I can hear it. I can hear it there now.
Oh,
I can't hear it, but I love thunderstorms though. Man, I love a good thunderstorm.
I think I've got 1 week left to work, and then I'm off to Spain for a week.
Oh,
God. Oh, cool.
I might be wrong. It might be 2 weeks. I think
Spain been warned about you.
No. Next Saturday, I get married. No, I get measured.
You're getting married again.
I get measured for my wedding suit. Oh shit! I get measured for my suit for my son's wedding. That's next Saturday. The next Saturday, I fly to Spain. So I suppose I need to start this diet, don't I?
Well, don't bother. If I was you, I wouldn't get measured for your suit until you come back from Spain, because you may put a few pounds on while you're out in Spain.
Well, a few. Yeah, maybe. So anyway, I'm my last video. I went down to Liverpool, dropped the wife off for a hen party night. Okay, I went visiting Lee. That was very interesting. It's a pity I couldn't film the journey, but I did drive through a bus-only lane.
You get a fine?
It's not come through yet, so I'm hoping I've got away with it. So I get to this junction. The sat nav says go left, right? And there's like you got to imagine this. There's a fork in the road, right, like that in front of you, and the sat nav says go left. So I go left, and the traffic lights are. That's the V. If that's the V, the traffic lights are where my fingertips are. Okay, so I've already gone past the V, traffic lights, and then it says bus only lane. And I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Can't go right. There's a taxi behind me. There's a bus behind me. I just can't go right because I've gone past the V in the road. I thought, shit, I'll just have to do it. No, there's a taxi in front of me, taxi behind me. So I thought, well, bugger, I have to go this way. Saturday afternoon, Liverpool town centre. And it's 89, 90 degrees. It's heaving. I end up driving down this lane, and it becomes like a pedestrian-only place. I'm the only car driving down this pedestrian-only place. I thought, the police are going to pull me up here straight away. Anyway, I've got this taxi behind me, and I'm saying behind me, he's that far behind me. But that doesn't matter because we're only driving 10 miles an hour. So I think after a week. The taxi was so close that the cameras couldn't catch me number plate. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm hoping.
Now, Ian, are this lane you're talking about? Is it like restricted? Do you have to have a special decal or a tag, or is it business only, or what is it?
Yeah, if you're not a bus and you're on a taxi, you're going to get a £60 fine.
Oh, I see. Okay, bus or taxi. I got you.
For getting them people through the traffic quicker, getting the buses. So it's trying to get people to travel on buses because you can use special lanes where you don't have to join the queues and all that sort of stuff.
So Optimus Prime, though, he's saying
the ladies. I was about to say that about your ladies.
Okay, I'm going to have to come clean here. I dropped my wife off and my daughter because they was going on a hen do for my future daughter-in-law. So I dropped them off. They'd gone off to the hotel. I thought, well, I'll film here. Yeah, look at that. You know, I'd seen these two lovely ladies on a bench, but didn't clock them much. I'm filming. One of us shouts, "Yo, Ian!" I thought, shit, I'm in middle of Liverpool and somebody's recognised me. It works out it's my future daughter-in-law. So I thought, well, while I'm filming this, I might as well say, what, have you seen me on YouTube? Yeah, of course I have. I thought, well, that'll go down well.
I want to say hi to Scrapping on the Fly, who's just popped in. He said the rain has got him. He's moving at the moment, but the rain has put a stop to his movement for a while. And to, who did I see coming in? Christopher Jacobs. Welcome in. Happy Father's Day as well to you, Christopher, if you're a father. I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's for Optimus Prime.
Yes.
I was stuck. Actually, I went to the off license this afternoon.
What? You went to an off license? Never.
It's true. It's true. And I was stopped by my somebody I know pulled up outside of me and said, "Yo, Ian, recognise you, blah blah blah." I know him. Got talking to him. He said, "What about those two ladies in Liverpool?" I said, "Well, I'm going to have to come clean here. I do know them. You know, they know me." He says, "I thought you'd paid them." He says, "I thought you'd gone over and said, here's a few pounds. I'm going to go back and film you and shout, 'Hi, Ian.'"
Did you when you went to Lee's house, did you nearly die of shock when he seen you outside the door?
He handled it well.
Because he's very excitable at the best of times. So
it was very nice to meet Lee. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Come on, let's throw this open to everyone. You get addresses, you send stickers out so you know where people live.
Mm-hmm.
But to turn up unexpectedly, what's the etiquette on that?
Well, I'd have no problem if it's someone I've given an address to. I'd have a problem if it's someone that's got an address off someone else that I hadn't given them the address in the first place. So you know my address, and Shark knows my address, and all the people that I've given my address to. I have no problem with them people because I kind of trust them. But if someone comes to the door and goes, "Oh, I got your address off Ian Matthews, and I was in the area, and he said I could," then I'd be a bit like, "Ooh, hold on here a second. Who's this guy?"
Well,
yeah,
and
it was,
of course, Ian, here in the United States, you better wear a bulletproof vest if you do that.
Not the same over here, Shark. So anyway, yeah, I rang the bell. Nothing happened. I was about to leave, and he came down. And two things. One, I was happy to get rid of a box of stuff that I'd been given for free. Was worth nothing to me. I know it's worth something to other people, but it was worth nothing to me. Right? And it's like, who'd you give it to? Yeah, well, I know Lee. He's not so far away, 30 miles away. Here, you can have it. It's for free. I've got space in the shed, although everything else just expanded that little bit more. So I had no space in the shed. But Lee was happy. Lee was happy. with what I got for free, give it to him was worth something.
Yes, he made use of it. Like,
I'm, if you Google it and you eBay it, it is probably worth 50 quid. But hey, that's what it's.
I must have missed. Sorry, I must have missed Paul Frost coming in as well. And
hey, hello, Paul.
Kids and Scrap, welcome in. People tend to just drive past my Facebook, trying to Texas Chainsaw Massacre issue. I know the person. Like, if I have given my address out to someone, chances are I trust that person. That's the reason I give out my address. I wouldn't give out the address if I didn't trust the person. So if they turned up, I don't mind at all. But if as long as I know I've given the address to the person. If someone goes trying to find out where you live and then turns up and goes, "Oh, I done a bit of research and I found out you lived here," I'd be thinking, "Okay, stalker."
Yeah. So I got to admit to having been parking. I was a bit rude not too long ago. We have, when you come into our neighborhood, they have these signs that say no solicitation. And still these people come in the neighborhood. And then I have a sign on my door that says no solicitation. And so anyway, so some chucklehead, knocks on the door, rings the doorbell, and I answer it, and they're trying to sell me, I don't know what it was. I don't know, yard service or something. I don't remember. And I looked at him and I said, I pointed at the sign and I said, "What does that say?" And he says, "Oh, well, I'm not soliciting. I'm here because we're in the neighborhood." And I said, "You're trying to sell me something, right?" And he said, "Yeah, but I'm not soliciting. I'm in the neighborhood." I said, "Okay, you don't even know what solicitation means. You're too stupid for me to talk to." And I slammed the door shut.
Oh, Chuck. Right. So
they just caught me in a bad mood.
So I'm the guy in the office, and I've got the only phone. Well, there's two phones, but the other guy won't answer it. So any call comes through to me, and there's some very, very slick people out there. So your director's information that is available on the internet to anyone.
Company's house website
and contact details. So when they ring up, they get through to me. And some are very good, some are very, very slick. Well, they can I speak to Mr. Smith? So why do you want to speak to Mr. Smith? Are you capable of acting on the behalf of the director? I said, put it this way. You've got to come through me to speak to him. I said, now, if you're going to sell me telephones, tax rebates, gas rebates, electric rebates, any other rebates, you're not going to get through to him. Oh, no. That's not the case at all. I said, right. Are you going to cost us any money? No, we're going to save you money. You're not going to get past me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. But there's some, honestly, they are very, very slick. And I do thank them. I said, I'll tell you what, on a range of 1 to 10, you're about an 8. Very few get past me. Some got that tone in the voice. They're like, we're from the Department of Inland Revenue Investigations something. Yeah. Can we speak to your managing director? Why? What are you trying to sell me? No, we need to speak to your manager about what? Well, about your electricity. I thought you said you was from the Inland Revenue. Well, yeah, we can save you money. Oh, I said, listen, no. There's only 2 types of people in the world. There's me, and there's people who want to take money off me. And you're one of them. And it's like, okay, thank you, bye.
I just want to say hi to a few people that came in before you go any further. There's a person called B1. Don't know this person, but welcome in. George Richardson and
hi, George.
Blackbird, welcome in. Raven the Blackbird 3, welcome in. Good to see you guys. Hit the like if you haven't. Remember that. And don't ring Ian Matthews trying to sell him anything, because you'll end up buying something off him instead.
No. I'm going to go back here. I'm sorry, I'm taking over, like, but
no, carry on.
When I was a storeman, this guy used to come round. This rep used to come round, and then he used to bring this trainee reps round. He used to always bring them to me, and I used to talk to them and give them some work. The boss finally told me. He said, "You know why they do that?" I said, "It's training." He said, "No, because you're an easy sell." Let's take you around
quite the opposite.
ACK. No matter what you say, no matter what you do, no matter how bad you are, he'll buy off you because he's a shit buyer. Once he told me that, I was like,
It's quite the opposite. You're challenge.
whoa! Like that. I was like, whoa. You've got to prove to me I've got to buy off you from now on. That was a good lesson to learn 25 years ago.
Yeah, I know a few books as well like that, and when reps come to them, reps will go to them over someone else, and one of the boys said one day, "How come I get all the reps?" Because said you're the easy touch in the place. You'll buy anything.
Right. He said to me, "The easy touch, you buy off him, so he builds his confidence up, and then he goes out there in the world." And then it went round the other way. And he used to say, "You can buy off Ian. You've made it, because he is one hard buy."
Yeah. But
They can sell to you.
the rep, yeah. I found some gold.
Oh, I'm a curmudgeon. What's a curmudgeon? Oh, what's a curmudgeon? I'll have to Google that.
Yeah, you Google that.
I
really wish Mike wouldn't talk so much. It's hard for Ian to get a word in edgewise.
Well, Shark, there's a few types of people in the world. The ones who can multitask, and the ones who can only do one thing at a time. They can't talk if they're doing something else.
How do you talk when you got this clown that don't shut the hell up?
Mike's one of them.
Wait. Let me look here. Nope, it says Scrapping Irish. I was on Ian Matthews live stream for a minute.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I've not been about for a bit, and I'm a little bit.
Yeah, where were you last week, Mr. Matthews?
Remind me what happened last week.
You weren't here.
Oh, yeah, I remember last week. Last week, I took my wife to Liverpool.
Yeah.
And then I came home, and it was like, oh, I've got the house alone. I can do anything I want.
So Ian started practicing his wrist movements to strengthen up his wrist.
Oh.
A particular wrist.
He was doing his wrist exercises.
The last time my wife went away alone, I had to redecorate the kitchen. But that's a different story. So this time, I decided, no, I will eat out. I won't put anything in the microwave that will explode. I won't put a curry in. I won't put a curry in that spreads red dots all over the kitchen ceiling, all over the wallpaper. No, I'll go out. I don't know. I'll go to McDonald's. I'll go through a drive-through and I'll eat on the car park. It's safer. Alas, as the video will show, I did cook a load of gammon and bacon in the garage. And I went inside and I thought, oh, what would be nice with this? Well, I had this little tub of feta cheese with tomato and other stuff. And I put that in the microwave and I cooked that. And I had a wonderful evening. It's just when in the morning, I looked round, everything was perfect. I hadn't made a mess anywhere. My wife, I picked her up from my daughter, I picked her up from Newton train station. She came in, she looked round, she was impressed. There's not a mark out his face.
I'm shocked, more like.
She was shocked. I was sat down at the tea and she opened the microwave and said, "What the bloody hell?" So apparently this red tomato thing had exploded in the microwave.
Oh.
And it looked like you'd put somebody's head in and microwaved it. There were red everywhere. So
I think George Richardson's thinking of the video for I Want to Break Free.
I'm better off just eating sandwiches when she goes away.
Well, I'm amazed you haven't burned the shed down with your George Foreman at this stage. I'm amazed you have not done it.
I was at a broken George Foreman.
There's something on the George Foreman. When Ian's wife is away, Ian's doing the hoovering.
So, Ian, they make this thing that you can put in the microwave that it sets down over top of the plate so that, you know, if something explodes inside the microwave, it keeps it contained. And they're even cheap enough that you would buy it. Well, it might save you a little bit of heartache.
Ian always has that saying, Scrapman never wants, he just has to wait.
They're mostly plastic, so I don't know that he's ever going to pick one, get one of these. If I, you know what, I'll see what the postage is, and maybe I'll send you one.
You're fine, Shark. Yeah. I'm banned from using the microwave now, anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
You're banned from.
You're obviously not good at.
So anyway, so Iris, you asked me what was I up to. Yeah, I've actually filmed loads. I don't know. Every time I get round to editing them, I fall asleep at the table and just then end up going to bed. So
it's bad when you put your own video puts you to sleep, Ian.
Yeah, what's it going to do to the rest of us?
Yeah, this is true. So I've got about 3 or 4 in the camera. I just can't be arsed. Anyway, I need to.
After you do a full day's work, like, and then you have to come home and edit stuff or video stuff, it can be tough enough too. I agree with you there. And then you have to do some micro scrapping and whatever else you have to do. The whole thing. Skids and Scrap says, Mike, thank you for the information. I don't know what that's about, but Skids and Scrap is saying thank you to Mike for the information.
Yeah, stay out of my business.
I'm just passing on the comment.
And I got something for George.
Oh, God.
There you go, buddy.
I was hoping you had seen that comment that George had put in.
Yeah, I saw it a lot.
That's why I didn't draw any attention to it.
I saw it. I was busy. Skids and crap. I was thinking about Shark there for a bit.
I'm gonna have to go get some Clorox and pour it in my eyeballs.
You were lucky, Ian. You missed what happened.
I went like that. Look at his eyes.
Don't touch you!
No!
Stop, you 2 clowns!
God, that was like twins.
It looks like the 2 of you are going to be fathers again.
You need to read my little caption up there.
Let me see.
Listen, I get measured for my suit next Saturday.
We are not the father.
You're not the father.
Luke, I am your father.
Oh
my God.
They're going to have to kill another animal for your suit, by the looks of it, Ian.
I'll have to shear the whole sheep.
You made me drink go up through my nose then. Oh.
He goes into the tailor, and the tailor just turns around to his sister and he goes, "Go out and kill the big heifer up on the top of the hill."
Actually, I'm going to a tent manufacturer's.
Omar?
He's going to the Great Outdoors Explorer shop, and buying a tent, wrapping it around himself.
You're better off going to get a caravan cover.
Oh, look what Pooh's mate says.
know,
He just come in and says,
I wish I'd been a little later. Evening, Pooh's mate. I am sorry for the reprimands that are on the panel at the moment.
I'm surprised that so much flesh didn't pull up the YouTube bot, you know, for making this.
So let's just leave it there. Let's leave it there. Don't go any further with this.
Well, Ian, they might have thought it was a National Geographic documentary on wild animals or something.
On Neanderthals.
Do you want to see something really shocking? I'm going to do.
No.
I know. I'm going to alter my camera. Don't do it. Don't. Look at that bench.
Oh my God, a clean bench.
Look at that bench.
Holy cow!
Whatever next.
Wow.
George, oh yeah, George. They have enough fluff in their belly buttons, I'd say, to knit a jumper.
No.
Funny.
Those are spider belly button spiders.
Belly button spiders. Hey, Earl. Want to come in?
Hey, Mike, is that aluminium?
Yeah.
Hey, Pooh's mate, I hope you weren't just after having your tea in the evening and that made you feel ill again. So then,
Nobody ever watched show mine.
you still picking up the fire extinguishers? I haven't seen anything about the fire extinguishers in a while. Are you still picking them up, or is that quieting down?
No, I'm still picking them up.
No,
it's still happening.
It's an ongoing.
It's every week. I mean, what do you film? Sorry, I'm going to throw this out here. You know, what do you video? Now, Irish doesn't do much, so I understand. Okay, so we're passing. Okay, so shark scrapper. Okay, right. So you've got a pretty narrow, what can I say, forte. You pick up mostly electronic components. Yeah, some of them, yeah, great. Wow, that's interesting. No, more than interesting. It's like, wow, look what he's picked up. He's picked up this like massive big air dryer from the 1980s. You picked up some other things, but they tend to be the same thing every week. I'm not being critical here. I'm trying to relate it to me. What I'm saying is to show you every week that I'm picking up fire extinguishers every week. No. You're going to bore the shit out of people.
Got to mix it up every now and then. Yep.
Yeah, no, I enjoy what you do. You're going to pick up a great big box like that. You know, it's got a big cassette in. Wow, that's interesting. You're going to pick a mainframe up. That's great. Fantastic. Now, if you're going to be like him, right?
Be careful, we don't want to see that belly again.
Here we are. We've picked up 40 hard drive. We've picked up 40 laptops. We've picked up 40 PCs. We've picked up 50 of these. At what point do you decide to yourself, what do your viewers want to see?
Well, if your numbers are still growing, it means they want to see what you're already doing.
Yeah.
If you see your videos aren't getting as many views, say you're getting whatever 400 views in whatever length of time you get, now, and then you see that all of a sudden your views are going down. You're only getting 100 views for the whatever amount of videos. Then that means whatever you're putting up, people are watching. But if you're still getting 400 views or whatever, 1,000 views or 2,000 views or 100 views or 50 views, whatever you're getting, if it's constantly around the same, that means people are still watching. Or if they're slightly up, it means people want to see what you're doing already. So why change it? Why worry about it?
Yeah, I can understand what you're saying though, because if I do a creative video, if I make something out of metal, the views plummet. You know? And it's like, well, I don't really care because I'm not coming on here just to make money. You know, it's like I'm coming on here to share things. This is what I'm doing. It will appeal to some people. Sometimes it won't appeal to some people. You know, and I get plenty of comments. I do saying, "Nah, you've not done any scrapping anymore. I'm unsubscribing." And it's like, well, I can't help that. You know, my life's about me in my shed. And sometimes it's scrapping, sometimes it's creating, sometimes it's just painting and decorating. I've lost the thread.
Well, Ian, I would suggest that, what are you at, 13,000 or something? It's, you've built an audience of people that get a kick out of watching you do stuff. And yeah, there's going to be some people who all they want to do is see scrapping, or all they want to see is welding, or all they want to see is whatever. And they'll stay for a while, and then they may or may not move on. So it's you've got, your channel is more about how much fun it is to watch you explain something, and how you can take 5 minutes worth of explaining something and turn it into 30 minutes than it is about what you're explaining.
Your volume down on your PC.
Right, that will have to, scrap and salvage. That would have to be Scrapping Irish to turn me down, I think, rather than me.
Why, you're too loud? Are you too loud?
If you go to your settings, audio, and adjust your mic volume, because mine's been messed about with again by StreamYard. See? Do I sound better now?
Yeah, it's up now. Then.
Ian, the other thing that you may just want to keep in the back of your head is there are millions of new viewers on YouTube every day. And so there's going to be a never-ending crop of people that don't even know who you are yet. And so, they'll see a fire extinguisher video and not realize that you have 100 other fire extinguisher videos. And it's amazing how many times people don't go back and look at the history of videos that are available on a person's channel. So, I got to admit, it can be, there are times when I pick the stuff that I've picked up throughout the week, and I'm thinking to myself, this is more of stuff that I have, there's nothing new here. What am I going to do? And so some weeks are easier than others. Some weeks it's like, oh man, I can't wait to make a video about this. This is going to be so much fun. And then there's other weeks where it's like, oh man, people are going to hate me this week. It's the nature of our niche that we never really know from week to week what's going to be available to record and share.
That's great. If something comes in new, it's like, oh, I'll film that. But it's like, you do Patreon, a few other channels do as well. And it's like, Ian, why don't you do Patreon? It's like, what could I offer people that they're not going to get just by watching? Now, you actually have a niche. You've got a great niche. Honestly, you've got something that no one else has, and you're analysing the commodities market. That's fantastic. No one else, no other channel does that.
No other scrap channel does that, you mean?
The scrap channel, maybe.
Scrap channel does that. It's like, where are you going to? should you hold it or should you, you know? I mean, I had this last week, and it was like, I watched your channel, you know, and it was like, this is going here, this is going there. And I'm like, I phoned the yard, and it's like, it's this price, it's going to drop next week. It might rise after the holidays. It always drops on a Friday, something to do with the way the bank. Or Thursday, you get a higher price than you do on a Friday. Okay.
Hey, Ralph Morrick.
Got to the point,
Hey, Ralph.
I literally couldn't walk this way. And it was like, no, I don't care what price I get. I need the space. It's got to go in. Now, the price was copper was £6,200 a ton. Brass was 3,820. On Wednesday, it was 3,887. But it had to go in. I had a fantastic payday. I got, you know, over £1,000. But what it meant was I had the space to work. Sometimes space is worth more than money. I'd love to have the space where I could follow what you do, Shark, and say, I'm going to put so much to one side. In the future, that is going to, by buying a house, sooner or later, that it's going to increase in value. I'll put it to one side. I'll cash it in at a later date. So, but yeah, you know, it's interesting to watch. I might not comment, but I do watch what you put, you know, about gold, silver, copper, other prices. Very,
So,
no other channel does that.
If you're looking for space, I would recommend that you turn around.
No, that's just a green screen.
Well,
Oh, it's interactive green screen.
I want to come back to Ian there on the saying about what put stuff up and how do you find stuff to put up every week or whatever you're doing if you're doing whatever amount of videos. So I only do one video a week, and I used to be thinking, I have to do something there. Anymore, I'm just going to do what I'm doing. Whatever I'm doing, I'm putting up, and that's it. And if people watch it, they watch it. If they don't.
So,
As Shark said, there's always new subscribers coming. So a new subscriber comes on, and just because I have scrapped out a PC before, or Shark has scrapped out a PC before, doesn't mean that they've joined our channel. They've gone back and watched the previous videos of us scrapping out whatever, or you scrapping out a fire extinguisher, or you making one of the wood burning stoves you make, or something like that. Doesn't mean they've gone back and watched it. They just come across your channel. They've subscribed to your channel, and they might go back maybe certain videos, but they mightn't go back to videos you've done a year ago or 2 years ago. And so just because you might do something that you've done a year ago, I wouldn't worry too much about it, to be honest. Just do it if you want to do it. Watch it if you don't want to do it.
So yes, I've thought about redoing videos I've done 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Redoing them. You know, because people won't have seen them.
Yeah. So what's your point?
Why?
You know, because I was saying about the fire extinguisher, and that's what brought it on. You were saying, like, does people want to watch you take the fire extinguisher apart again or whatever?
I think the point was, you said, Ian, you haven't done a video. And it's like, because everything I do is the same at the moment. You know, every week I get 80 fire extinguishers. You know, you break them down, you do that.
Planet of Junk, welcome in.
What do you show people? Oh, I'm doing some more fire extinguishers.
Yeah, when you look at E-Waste Bin, for instance, right? E-Waste Bin has done street videos, picking up stuff, and he's done scrapping out servers. And if he does it tomorrow morning, if he scraps out a server, he'll have whatever amount of views again. 20,000, 50,000, whatever amount of views he gets on his videos. It doesn't matter. So again, he could do it. Last week he could have done street scrapping. Next week he could do street scrapping, and people will still watch his video. You know,
Skids and scrap. You couldn't put a link in by any chance, could you? You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know.
what, you may be breaking stuff down differently now than you are days ago. Exactly, Poos, mate. You might be doing something slightly different on it, or you might have learned something from the last time you scrapped something out. Someone might have told you, passed some information on, and said, well, that thing you threw away and said was worthless actually has this in it. You know, so it's I wouldn't worry too much about it. Just do whatever videos you want, and if you don't want to do a video some week, don't do a video. If you want to do a video, do a video. That's the way I look at it. I wouldn't be too worried. Different for Shark, who has, as we said already, has his Patreons, so he has no choice really but to try and get a video out for them regardless, because if someone's paying money to be a member of your channel, you have that extra bit of a burden that you have to honor. It's like a contract you've signed with the subscribers. If they're willing to give some of their money to you, you have to be willing to give that time back to them in return. And it's just something, if you commit to that, you just have to commit to it. Now, again, every so often something may come up and you haven't got time, a family issue might come up, and subscribers will understand something happened, you couldn't get the video out. But if you are charging people something and you haven't put a video out in 2 months or 3 months for them, all of a sudden they'll say, well, why am I giving my money here when I'm getting nothing extra for it? You know? So that's the side of the Patreons, and that's why I wouldn't have time to do anything for Patreon channels. So that's why I don't even try to do memberships or any of that carry on. You know, you have to have time to do them things. You know, yeah.
Which is where I think Shark has actually narrowed into a niche bit where it's like he's providing people something that no other scrap channel does, and that's an analysis of the stock market bit, which I think is very good actually. You know?
No, but there's other channels charge memberships too, and they don't do anything extra. They just do an extra video of scrapping something out for people. It's not just that. So like there's a market out there that people are willing to, if you're a good channel, they like your channel and the information you pass on is good to them, they're willing to be a member of it, you know. But you have to remember, if you're going to get people to sign up, you have to commit more time to that channel for them.
And sometimes it's hard, isn't it, to commit that time.
It is. Well, I as I said to Shark, I don't know how he does it sometimes, because he has 2 videos out during the week. He does his live, he runs his business, and then he has the Patreon stuff to do. And you know, that's technically he has 4 videos a week to do. Well, 3 videos and a live to do every week, and run his business and scrap out stuff and all that sort of stuff. So it's a lot of work to that. So you know, it's kudos to Shark on that one.
Yeah, but it's easy. When you suck at all of it, it just doesn't matter.
I know on Friday I started a video. I thought, wow, this will take an hour. 11:30 at night, it was like, oh, I'm going to have to do this tomorrow. And that took till 11 o'clock that night. So that's 2 full days. And I still haven't edited it yet. And it's like, oh my God, I do not fancy editing this. How do you do? You get an hour's video. How do you edit into something worth watching? You know what I mean? And it's
as business scraps out there, people get more invested in your life than what you're physically doing sometimes. So people just come to people's channels. Not everyone comes to everyone's channel for the same reason. Some come because they want to see what you're scrapping out. Some people come because they want to see, will you manage to chop your hand off this week or whatever you manage to do. You know, so there's different reasons. Some people just want to see what's happening in your life. People want to know what you're up to. So
that's the video I'm trying to edit.
The one where you're chopping off your hand.
Some of it.
You know, so it's true there, like the that side of it, and then some people just like to see how much scrap some other scrappers are picking up and getting for their scrap. Like again, I love when you do your videos, Ian, where you go to scrapyard just to see what prices are out there at the moment on scrapyards. They're interesting videos to see what price people are getting for stuff, and then you can compare that what you're getting in your own scrapyard, and you go, well, hold on a second, I'm getting that because this guy's getting nearly double what I'm getting. You know?
Who did I watch this morning? Scrap It All. He's got a little unit, bit like Canadian Treasure Hunter, and he picked up a load. absolute load of air conditioning units. And he threw them in the back of his car. And I saw them on the back of on his car seats. And I'm thinking, how'd you get away with that? My wife would kill me. You know. And when it took him back to his yard, I'm thinking like, it took him back to his, like, a unit. That Canadian a unit. And I'm like, wow, that's some money's worth there. You know, you've all those compressors, you've all the radiators, you've all the copper piping. You know, and it's like, wow, you know, that's it's out there if you want it, isn't it?
Yeah.
You
know. There's money to be made in scrap. But again, this comes back to YouTube and scrapping together. Sometimes YouTube can slow down your scrap, and as you were saying there, Ian, about when you're doing your videos, you're spending an hour. These videos are 2 hours or 3 hours doing these videos, where if you weren't doing a video, that scrap would have been done in half an hour.
Oh, yeah.
So sometimes
is it financially, video, it jumps at least twice as long.
Is it financially worth doing that? As in, them 3 hours you spent for what you make on YouTube, would you not have been better spending them 3 hours scrapping something out that could make more money for you? That's the other side of it, you know.
That's a very good point. There's there are many times when I'm making the conscious decision that I'm going to be recording, I'm going to be getting material for videos, and that really slows you down. Whereas if I was not recording and all I was doing was busting through PCs, I can knock them out one after another. So yeah, you gotta, you really need to. That's a conscious decision that you got to make when you're doing a YouTube channel. But it becomes a value decision too, right? I enjoy sharing this information. I love putting videos together. I get a kick out of doing it. So to be honest with you, I would rather spend hours recording and editing videos than knocking through PCs to make more money.
I'd be the opposite. I think I'd be more inclined to knock out the PCs as quick as I could get them out if I was doing it as a full-time job, because I would do YouTube because it's a hobby, so I'm not relying on scrap for money, or I'm not relying on YouTube for money. I have my 9-to-5 job that pays all the bills, so this is more. But if I think personally, this is not saying for anyone else, or I'm not saying they should be doing this or they shouldn't be doing it. I think if I was a full-time scrapper, I don't think I'd be doing YouTube. I don't think I would, because I think that it's more. Why? Because again, the money I could make from scrap compared to the money you'd make from YouTube, if you're getting enough scrap as a full-time scrapper, it all comes into that. It outweighs it 10 times over. That's me personally.
In a way, I hate you, Ben. I hate you. I absolutely hate you. Because I didn't know that e-waste had any value. So now it was like, take something to pieces, and that's wasteless. And now it's like, oh, you got to take out this tiny little thing because it's got
take out that chip and take out that chip and take out that.
Oh, look, it's got a bit of gold. He clicked that off. It's got gold fingers. He clicked that off. So where I would break the DVD player up, and it would be wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Whoa.
Gold fingers, Ian. Gold fingers.
Oh, but this is worth money to somebody. It's worth fuck all to me, but it's worth money to somebody else.
Hey, Ian, you keep saying this. It's worth nothing to you. If it was worth nothing to you, you wouldn't be doing it. Let's just stop it there. You wouldn't be holding bulk bags of stuff in your shed for the day that you retire, and you can get time to go through it and make the money from it.
Yeah.
You know you're going to get to payday from it, because when you have time, when you retire, you'll have time to say, right, I'm going to go and search out who'll buy these boards off me, or I'm going to maybe put them on eBay, or I'm going to do something with them, and then you will see the return from collecting them up. And
you're right. Everything's got a value, hasn't it? It's if you've got somewhere you can put it, and it's not eating anything, not costing you anything. Yeah, just put it there, as I do to me secret location. which is close to reaching the roof at the moment. So that's going to cause.
Oh, gee, imagine that.
I wonder why. Because when you look behind him, he's got so much space behind him. Like, he's not the sort of guy that would use up space like a Tetris game.
There's a crunch time coming, I can tell you.
There's a crunch time. But like, again, there's three types of scrappers out there. There's the scrapper who is like Scouse Jed, right? You have Scouse Jed scrapper, no interest in YouTube. He is just scrapping everything out. He's doing it for a living. He's going through it. Then there's the in-between, which would be like what I call Shark Scrapper and E-Waste Mike. They're full-time scrappers, but they're also YouTubers. And then there's the hobbyist YouTube scrappers, which are me and you, Ian. We're in that category. You know, there's the YouTube scrapper then who is just a hobbyist who's doing YouTube for a bit of fun, doing the scrapping for a bit of fun and a bit of extra cash here and there that you can pick up. But we're not relying on it as if I didn't pick up any computers this week or next week or the week after, I'm not going to starve. I don't need to be relying on it as to pay my bills. But then you have likes of Shark and E-Waste Mike who are relying on the scrap trade as their income. You know?
Does it look like I'm starving?
Yeah. Who's mate? When I get a moment, I will make some metal art. Yes, I will. So,
videos, so why don't you make some scrapper? Welcome in, by the way, to Free King Awesome. Welcome in. Good to see you, sir. Nice to have you in. But so there's different types of scrappers out there, and then you have the scrapper who collects stuff to make actually metal art out of it. Like we'd say, not you, Ian, like Ralph would say, Scrapper Ralph. He scraps stuff out because he gets the material for casting. So again, that's another type of scrapper out there. That's it. Metal casting. Yeah. So there you go. So, but again, I'd say the full-time scrapper who is not a YouTuber hates our guts, because we made it look like there's easy money to be made in scrapping, and there isn't easy money to be made. You know, and I think YouTube has made it look better than it, because again, you have the videos, as Shark said, you'll see the guy who gets a couple of these boards and he chucks the stuff in the acid, and then at the end of the video is this chunk of gold, which is impossible to get the way he's done it and the amount he gets. So everyone all of a sudden goes, oh, there's easy money in e-waste, or there's easy to get gold or whatever in e-waste. Same thing. And then you have the certain scrappers out there who are saying they're making 3,000 quid a day from copper, collecting copper. I've seen their videos. Oh, made 3,000 today, made 2,000 today. I'm going to ban you if you start lifting your tops anymore. How about that?
Shark said to poos, mate. And I'm easily led. Okay, I won't do it again.
That's good. But so then you have the guys who say they're making loads of money from e-waste or from scrap, and then all of a sudden the big scrappers are missing. The boys that are doing it for like Jed, Scouse Jed, all of a sudden he has to deal with Ian Matthews out in the street picking up stuff, and whoever Ian Matthews saw Ian Matthews video goes, oh well, I'm going around driving around in my car and picking up this bits of scrap as well. So I don't think the scrappers like it.
Now, I'm going to throw something in here to many of YouTubers that come into the scene and then just disappear. So they watch us. Yeah, this is what I'm going to say. They watch us. You think, wow, look at that money. Look how much in a minute. Look at that ticket he's reading out. What does it weigh? What does it pay? And they come in, they start up a channel, and then very quickly they realise,
yeah, it's on the Dragon Bone.
it needs to be a passion, a hobby, rather than a way to make a living. You know.
Yeah. Unless you're
disappear.
Yeah. What to say? It's a small scrap business doing 15 to 20 tons per week. Making videos took a lot of time. Plus, my 2 subscribers, my sister and neighbor, stopped watching.
So, Jesus crap! I'm going to subscribe straight away. Just like to know.
Just for that comment alone. But yeah, again, YouTube takes time to get the numbers up. Now, look, it's easy for us to say it. I'm at 3,000 something. You're at 15,000, 16,000. Shark is at 8,000, 9,000. I don't know what it's at the moment. And EOS Micah's is 3,000, 4,000, whatever he's at as well. And it's easy for us to say to people who have only got 50 people or 100 people, keep at it or whatever. When you're there and you don't see your numbers going up, it can be frustrating. It can be thinking, well, what am I doing? I'm scrapping out a laptop the same as Shark Scrapper or Ian Matthews is doing or Scrapping Irish doing, but I'm not getting the people. Sometimes it can be hard to get subscribers sometimes.
Right. I'm going to answer that. I've been watching a few guys, and somebody who's not even got 1,000 subscribers. Okay, so he's not monetized. And he's done a video on, we've all done the same thing, how to dismantle this. And I don't know whether it's the way he's done the thumbnail, the way he's done the wording, but for 1 week, he's like 13,000 views. And I'm thinking, why can't my videos be like that? You know, this is a guy with less than 1,000 subscribers. So he's not even monetized. And he's put a video up that we've all done. I'm going to say, I don't know, how to take apart a magnetron. It's not that. We've all done it, haven't we? We've all taken apart magnetrons. So he's put a video up saying how to take apart a magnetron. Yeah. Easy. Is it because he's put easy in it, in the thumbnail, that all of a sudden, over 2 weeks, he's had 13,000 views? And you're thinking, fucking hell, stroll on. I wish I could get that type of... Well, that's YouTube, isn't it? YouTube will pick on something that you don't think's any good, and push it and push it and push it.
Yeah, you know, Ian. Some people are really good at the hook, right? The thumbnail, the title, and they can grab those views. And you know, for whatever reason, they've got a presence on the camera that keeps people. And then some people aren't. And, you know, there are some people that are sharing great knowledge, but they just suck at thumbnails and titles, or they don't do a very good job of recording and, you know, that kind of stuff. So, and YouTube is, YouTube is the entertainment business on steroids. You know, if people like your videos and they like you, they'll keep coming back and watching your videos. And if they don't, they're not gonna. And you know, it's harsh sometimes, you know. I put up videos where I've said, man, I put so much work in this video and it didn't get squat for views or watch time. I'm like, what the hell, man? Then I've had other videos where it's like, yeah, I'm not really happy with this, but it's the best I'm going to be able to get done. And the video would do fantastic. So yeah, it's it can be pretty rough. So I don't know. What are you gonna? You know, it's the nature of the beast with YouTube.
It certainly is. I mean, George, ES has put in there in the comments. I did a video tongue in cheek about an Aldi review, a grinder review. Yeah. Wow! With literally within 4 days, 110,000 views, and it was like, I did not expect that. It was a long-winded video.
Ian Matthews long-winded? I don't believe that.
But yeah, again, it's hit and miss. You see, I just see certain channels there, and I think, wow, this is a really good video they've done, and it's really this. And if you look and they're getting 50 views on the video or 10 views or whatever, and you're thinking, why is this? Like, why hasn't YouTube pushed this video? Because their information is good or the whatever is good. It's just sometimes, as Shark said, sometimes it's just other reasons that it hasn't been pushed by YouTube. You know, or people haven't hit the like, or people haven't, they've gone on, and just after, maybe when they hear the person's voice, they don't like the person's voice and they've gone off straight away, stuff like that. And then YouTube goes, oh, this video is only getting holding retention for 20% of the video, so we're not going to bother pushing this or whatever, you know. They're not holding long enough retention for us, because YouTube want people to stay on as long as possible on a video.
You give me a tip there, be quiet in the videos.
Well, there's certain videos you'll see, and the person won't speak at all. They'll just take the stuff away. They'll put little cards up saying, "Oh, I'm going to add whatever here now, or I'm going to do this," and they get loads of views.
Oh, what's up to Pernest? He's melded into his car. Oh, right.
Yes, just the green screen.
Oh no, George Richardson.
I'm going back into reality.
Now, I know I'm not scrapping Irish's live stream, but I'm kind of old school. As in, if you can write your name in your toilet, you're a bloke. End of story.
We're not. This is a scrap channel. We're not getting political. We're not going to go down that thing.
I know.
You know, people's opinions on their whatever they want is their own opinions. At the end of the day, so I'm not offering my opinion on anything like that.
Apologies.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So the again, it's YouTube will push certain things, and if they think it's going to make them more advertising money, they'll push you. If your video is getting the views, they'll keep pushing it, because the more ads they can put in front of people's eyes, the better for them revenue wise.
You know, the other thing that happens is there's two other aspects with older videos, right? There are sometimes you'll have a video that didn't do really well when you first put it up, and then a year later, all of a sudden it pops for some reason, right? So you got that. And then the other one is you've got these evergreen videos where you've talked about a specific thing, and they don't get a lot of views, but they consistently get views because people come in and they're like, you know, they'll type in, you know, how do I take apart a computer? And yours will be one of the videos that comes up, and, you know, people watch it.
That's why you see people, sorry for interrupting, Shark. That's why you see people who do scrapping out microwave video. They might get an awful lot of views at the start, but every week they're guaranteed to get a certain amount of views on that particular video, because people will come on, how to get copper out of microwave or how to scrap out microwave. And it's in your videos there on the list of videos that have that in the title, and people will watch 3 or 4 of them same video. Because I know when I started thinking about scrapping out stuff or whatever years and years ago, I might have watched 10 different people scrap out microwaves to see what each, you know, and 10 different microwaves, and all of a sudden you're saying, oh well, this is what everyone went for, so that's the important bit. This book said don't waste your time with that, and this person said don't waste your time with that one, and then all of a sudden you knew what, you know, you said, well, if everyone's taken out that transformer, that means the transformer's worth something, or if everyone's taken off that means that's worth something. So again, that's the way it kind of works on it, you know. My best video, 1.2 million on my other channel. It was restoring a cast iron pan, but I got bored restoring shit and changed the channel to blowing up shit. Fair enough, scrap and sandwich. Blowing stuff up. But yeah, no, YouTube and scrapping and stuff like that. Again, we're a very small niche. If you look at the gaming channels and you look at the some of them other channels, they're big, massive audiences, because you'll have a lot more people into games than you have into scrapping out. Because again, Dean always says society looks at scrappers a bit down their nose, as in, oh, what are you doing in that skip? Or what you want this thing? I'm going thrown in the bin. What do you want? I'm throwing it away, and you want it.
My next video is going to say, Minecrafting a microwave. It's just gonna go boom.
Be careful with that, though, Ian. Though you don't want to clickbait in a negative way. You know, there's clickbaiting positively to capture someone's attention, so they watch your video, and then when they watch the video, they say, "Oh yeah, the thumbnail, the title match the video." But you know, I know you were joking, but there are people that do that kind of stuff, and then they lose viewers because they're like, "Oh man, if you're just gonna be a scumbag, I'm not gonna watch your videos."
Yeah, but they might lose subscribers over it, but they might gain more views. And this comes back to which is better for your channel, views or subscribers?
Watch time.
Watch time, yes.
Yeah, watch time is what is really important.
Yeah, so that comes into views. The more views you get, the more watch time the chance of getting of. You could have 10,000 subscribers, which I've seen people have, or 20,000 subscribers, and they're getting 100 views on their videos, which is, you know, you hear like, why is this? And then you have, as Ian said, you have a guy in who has less than 1,000, and he's got 10,000 views on a video all of a sudden. So to him, he's made more money. Well, he had, because he mightn't be in the program yet, but if he had the 1,000 and he was in the program, he's made more money on that video than the guy who had 20,000 subscribers did make on his video. You know, so it's more the views. The subscribers is nice to have because it means people are coming along on the journey with you that you're doing on YouTube, but they're only good as in up to 1,000 to get you into the program. After that, it's nice to have them, and it means a lot to, as in, well, these people think I'm doing something, they're happy to watch, they've subscribed to my channel, and they're following what I'm doing. But essentially, unless they're watching your videos every week, which if you have 15,000 subscribers and you're not getting 15,000 views, then you're not watching your videos every week. So
I for example, myself, 13,500. If I get 1,500 views per video, I think I'm doing okay.
Yeah, so that means only a tenth. Less than a tenth of your subscribers are watching your videos.
Where's everybody else?
They're all dead. They all died after they subscribed.
No, my view, and it's been poo-pooed by other people, is I'm going to say YouTube. YouTube give you your subscribers.
No, I'm going to poo-poo you on that a certain amount, because you can go in and you can look at your last 100 subscribers or and when they subscribed, as long as they're a channel that has been made public, they're allowed to be public, you can go in and you can go, oh yeah, such one subscribed to my channel. You can go over and see if they're a real person, if they've subscribed to other people's channels, or are they just a bot channel. You can see that, you know. So
I do watch some. I watch a guy called Aqua Chica. You know, he goes,
I've heard of him.
Yeah, metal detector, etc. You know, he puts a video out literally within 24 hours. He's got 580,000 views. You know, and it's another channels like that. So yeah, there are people that watch that kind of stuff, and as soon as it comes up, yeah, they're gonna watch it. You know, it's just like, I
just above 1 million subscribers.
Yeah, it's like it's hard to describe here. Sometimes you do a video, it gets nowhere. Sometimes you do something, you don't think it'll go anywhere, and it goes boom.
Yeah, that's what Shark said earlier.
And it's like,
yeah.
Why? Why can I do one thing one week and one thing the week after, and it's totally different?
Well, maybe Shark can tell you there, because Shark looks into YouTube a lot more than I would or anyone else, because I know he does that. So he looks into like the analytics a lot more than a lot of us would.
I mean, that's the real key. There is the folks that really that are serious about YouTube and and plan for that kind of success, they will experiment with a series of videos, and then they'll compare how those videos have performed so that they can answer questions about exactly that. What did I do in this group of videos that caused it to perform really well versus what did I do in this series of videos that did not perform really well? And then they know what they should double down on to be successful. Whereas a lot of us, and myself included, we don't go through that level of rigor, right? You know, we have certain videos that we're putting up and we just sort of expect that, well, these will probably do okay and these probably won't do that well. But it's because we're just, you know, we're kind of sharing our life and our experience, and we're not professionally dedicated to success on the YouTube channel. If we get it, great. And if not, you know, we're sharing what we can for the people that want to watch what we're doing. So that's a huge difference. And I don't think anybody in this panel, probably nobody in the chat, takes the time to actually do the rigorous comparison of their videos that's necessary to be able to say, oh, this is what my viewers really like. That's what I'm going to double down on. Because it takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of work to do that.
Yeah, but then you have channels like eWay Spin. I don't know. I'm just presuming here, but I don't think eWay Spin would go that deep into analytics either. It doesn't seem that kind of guy that would go that way. But his channel is one of the biggest channels out there in the e-waste and scrappers channels, you know.
Yeah.
And again, he wouldn't go deep into analytics. I don't think. See you scrapping. Sorry, I didn't know. Were you in earlier? I'm not sure. But if I didn't say hi. Yeah. So again, he's got that personality, or he's got that way of doing things that people like, and they'll watch. As I said, they'll watch a street scrapping video today from him. They'll watch a street scrapping video tomorrow. They'll watch it again the next day, whatever it is. Doesn't matter if he puts a street scrapping video out 10 days in a row. He's going to still have big numbers on each one of them videos, you know, because people just like it. Simple man. I mean, welcome in.
He's got, what's he got? 100 and how many 100,000 people does he subscribers does he have? You know, there's also a certain amount of momentum that your channel just builds when you have numbers like that. That you're just being exposed to a lot of people on a regular basis, and so there's going to be a certain amount of that just keeps building. I mean, there's channels out there that they haven't put up a new video in 5 years, and they still pick up subscribers.
Yeah. Well, again, it's as who was saying last week, wasn't it? Ralph. He was saying like he hadn't put a video out for whatever 6 months, and in them 6 months he was still picking up subscribers because they came across his previous video and they go, "You know what? I'll subscribe here because when he puts out his next video,
well, who wouldn't subscribe to Ralph?" You know?
You know, but what was that? 2 videos ago.
Of course, some of it is because it's got its sticker at the old Anvil Yard.
Yeah. Someone still has to get a sticker put up, but she's not getting it. So I'm going to soon. Myself and Ian Matthews are going to fall out now. But this is a good example here now. What Electronic Scrapper put up. He said 2 videos ago he got his video. His video went really good and big for him. He got 34,000 views on it. And again, I think he's right there when he said about in the title no asset, because again there's a lot of people want to get into e-waste, but they don't want to use assets because of the dangers of the assets. And all of a sudden they see, oh, here's a way of doing it without using dangerous chemicals. So I think that is exactly why that video went so well for him, because it's what people are looking for. They're looking for a way of doing the gold recovery and precious metals without using dangerous assets. So if you can do a video about that, then you're onto it.
Yeah. So Irish, so you put a video up saying gold recovery using vinegar and salt.
Yeah,
that's going to get you a lot of views.
It will,
whether it works or not. Yeah, whether it works or not, I don't care. But you're going to put gold recovery using vinegar, vinegar and salt.
Where's the danger in that? Where's the danger in that experiment? I like to live on the edge. I like to see little things like clouds of smoke coming towards me, and I turn away from them. You have to live on the edge. At some stage, I will do videos with doing the salt and vinegar process of doing it. But again, it's to get the time to do all these videos. Like in your head, I know some weeks I'm here thinking, oh yeah, I have to do a video on that. Oh yeah, I can do that video. I've got that. And then all of a sudden, 3 weeks later, I'm going, oh geez, I never done that video I meant to do on that. And I've scrapped out the item I was going to do the video on. So it's just, I don't know. YouTube isn't my biggest priority for me personally. It's so that, but if I was tomorrow morning to lose my job and couldn't find a job straight away or something, then I probably would put more effort into my YouTube channel. But because I'm working full time and I'm getting the money that side, I don't need to. That's 7 views, not Scarp related.
So I'll throw something out to you, to you guys. So you think, oh, I've got this. I tell you what, I'm going to break this down, and then you look on YouTube, and bang, there's 20 other scrappers have just broke down that entire thing on YouTube, and you think, oh shit, that's the first time I've ever had that thing, and everybody else in the world has already broke it down and done a video on it.
Do you know what's worst, Ian? Is sometimes I do a video and I schedule my videos. Like I've scheduled my video for this week. It's already up. It's uploaded. Thumbnail and everything is done. It's scheduled for Thursday. So I can't change what it is. I've left it what it is. I've no other video done. And between now and Thursday, someone could put out the exact same type of video. And then I put out, and people go, oh, Scrapping Irish just copied what he put out. But I've actually done mine for a few days before that person's came out. But it's just the look of the draw. That's happened to me a few times. And then I'm thinking, oh, everyone's going to think I just copied their video.
And you get an idea. You think, oh, I tell you what, not seeing that. I'm going to break this apart. And the next thing you know, everyone's doing the same thing that you just decided to do. You think, do I do it now? Or do I not do it? But if you do it now, right, everyone else has just done it. Okay. Breaking apart a kettle. I think no one else has done this. 4 other scrappers do it on, and it's out there. So it's now become popular. So you do yours. That piggybacks on everybody else's. YouTube says, oh, hang on, breaking kettles apart is popular. So it starts pushing it. So if you don't do it, you're losing out because everybody else is doing it.
Yeah, and there are people that have been very successful because that's exactly what they do. They go on Google Trends, they see what's trending, and they put videos together on what's trending. So, in business, they have a term called fast follower. It's the businesses that come in after somebody else has been proven that something is successful, and then they just piggyback on with that and run with it. So that's definitely one of the tactics that some people use with their YouTube channels. Absolutely.
The Chinese use it in the business world in manufacturing. They'll see that someone comes out with something and it sells really well, and then you have 100 Chinese factories making the same product at 10 times cheaper, selling it on eBay, copying, even though it's infringing on copyrights and on patents, it's still up on eBay or wherever for sale, the same item. So,
don't ask me about Temu.
Oh, Ian, how is Temu going?
You scammed.
Well, I was warned.
You did sell your soul, didn't you?
I was warned. Somebody said your first order will be fantastic, and it was. And then it's like, hang on, and that was my own fault because I was working on my PC, I was working on my iPhone, and I didn't get what I wanted. So when I went back, it was like, oh, these still are in your
cart or whatever.
Yeah, my cart. So it's like, I tell you what, I still have to make it up to 20 quid. So I bought these other things. They got delivered. I've not videoed it. When they got delivered, I opened the package and I looked at it and I went, Would I have paid 20 quid for those? Fuck no, I wouldn't. It was like, it's a pile of shit. Honestly, it's like,
You are such a good wordsmith. You're an unbelievable wordsmith.
yeah, so my first lot, I really thought I got a bargain. My second lot, it was like, they've had me over here. You know, they've had me pants down. So, I don't know. I ordered these pens.
Hey, Dan, Andy.
No, these pens, they were cheap.
Hey, Dan.
They looked like a vernier. They had a brass screw on. You could slide them up and down. I ordered them. They're about 30 pence each. I ordered 6. I thought I'll give them away at work. They'll be handy. They can use them at work. When they turned up, they were just plastic. They looked nothing like what I'd ordered.
So
Like,
you have to give them away at work.
I thought, I can't even take these work. They'll just throw them at me. I'll come home with just pens sticking out my head.
They were plastic. They wouldn't do too much damage to you.
But and you know, I that bothers me on that kind of marketing and stuff. And Temu is a classic example of it. It cuts me to my core. I hate that with a passion, because not only are they scamming people, not only are they taking advantage of people, but they are wasting resources and adding trash to the world. That, you know, here we are trying to recycle stuff and get rid of trash and stuff. And then you got these people like Temu that are out there just dumping crap into the world. It just aggravates the hell out of me. But I'm going to get off that soapbox.
Right. Okay. I bought a set of Talks bits off them. It was nothing. Like £1.45 for a set of Talks bits. One series. I've had comments saying, the last nothing. I tell you now, I've used them on everything. I've abused them. They're still working okay. You know, I've actually used them as a punch to knock out the pins on the fire extinguishers. I cannot fault the quality of something I paid £1.45 for. You know?
So the moral of the story, Ian, is on your first order from Temu, get everything you want.
Buy a shitload of stuff.
Buy everything you need. It's going to be perfect. After that, don't order ever again.
Yes. That boils down to it. Yes.
Mike, George said, I want to hear some words of wisdom from Mike.
I hate all you people.
There you go.
Now, when you say you ate,
Hate, clown, hate, not.
Is that with 8 with an A or 8 with a H?
Hey, Mike. Mike.
Yeah.
Scrap and Salvage, you are correct there. I do wait for specials on Aldi on tools as well, or Lidl, because they're not the best tool, but they're not the worst one out there. But the prices, the screwdriver sets and whatever sort of plier sets, they do the job. So they do.
They're a cheap German quality, which is equivalent to the best American Craftsman stuff.
Which is right up your alley, but them being cheap.
I thought you were going to say Chinese, but can you delete him? Can I delete him? Do I have that button?
I was expecting him to say, yeah, they're a cheap German, but the equivalent to another high-end European brand of some other make. But no, he went straight for the American. Oh, talk about it.
Wait, I got a spanner here. Let's see. What can I do about this?
Unfortunately, Ian has a spanner as well.
So anyway, let's throw this out. Okay, so I know this doesn't mean a lot to the American, Canadian people, So I've got a guy who's I've known for many years. I've known for 20 years, and he's decided to retire. And he's gone and bought a house 90 miles away from myself. So that's an hour and a half. Okay. He says, I've retired. I bought the house in the Lake District. I've gone into the garage and I went, oh my God. And he sent me a picture. Now, this picture is someone who's anal. That's what we're anal. You know, he's got a whole shelf, the whole side of his garage, 3 shelves. Everyone's got a little bucket in it. Every bucket is marked up with inches, 3-inch brackets, 4-inch screws. Every shelf, there's a little shelf, it's got these little U's in. Okay. And in those little U's are tubes of grease, I'm going to guess, you know. So then he says to me, I want to get rid of all this. I don't want it. There's all these old tools. And by the way, I think he was an old engineer because it's got full of micrometers and he said slipstones, but I know what he means. He's like, do you want any of this stuff? And I'm thinking, oh, shit. He's 90 miles away. He's at least an hour and a half away. Do I go and pick it up?
Oh, Ian, you know what you want to do.
We already know you have that the car emptied and you're on your way.
No, I don't know. This was only on Friday. What were we? Sunday. I am.
Look what I picked up, and he's got all this stuff in the back of the car.
Oh, for fuck's sake! There's no room in the shed. I can't go to another guy's shed who's a hoarder, who's meticulously kept everything in his life, and said, "You can have it all." Hey, Miss. Hello, Eva.
Ian, you're like all us scrappers. This, like, even though I'm not a full-time scrapper, if someone tells me I can have something for nothing, chances are I'm going to take it.
Yeah, but are you going to drive 90 miles for it?
If it's a big enough load, yes.
Yeah. So, to be honest, I've had 3 sleepless nights over it because it's like, oh, what's the when he just mentioned there were slipstones, which means they're, do you know what I mean? Slipstones?
No, I don't know what you mean.
Come on, Shark, help me out here.
I don't know what you mean by slipstones.
Slipstones.
I'm Googling to see will it come up anything.
Right. They'll start off at like 1 milli thickness.
Is this for sharpening things?
No.
A sharpening stone?
No, the next one, not sharpening, the measurement equipment. So the next one will be 2 milli by 10 milli, 3 milli by 10 milli. And they're so finely machined that when you put them together, they will actually stick together. So if you was machining something and you're like, what was the gap between them? You get these slipstones.
What's called that Scrap and Savage said they're block gauges.
Block gauges, yeah. That's just.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. Ian, that's interesting. I had not heard of those before, so that's cool.
Measuring key weights and stuff like that. He said, "Is it?"
So
I learned something tonight. That's awesome.
So there are a set of pieces of metal of varying thicknesses, but the same width, but absolutely accurately ground to those measurements. and they're so accurately ground that when you put them together, they will stick together. You know, so they're called slipstones. So well, that's what we call them, slipstones.
Okay.
So if you had a gap, you didn't know how to measure it, you could put these. You put one on, one on, one on, and one on, and one on until you got the exact difference.
You do know they have invented a thing called a measuring tape.
These are down to thousandth of a millimeter.
You know they have them electronic little things you put up, and they go up and they go, oh, that's 0.0007 of a mil. You know.
Yeah, but Irish, you got to remember when you were making cast iron cannonballs like Ian used to do. You know, you didn't have all those fancy tools back then.
Cannonballs. So, Ian, when are you going to collect the stuff?
I can't. Next Saturday, I have to go and get measured for my suit for the wedding. Saturday after, well, the Sunday, I'm flying to Spain for my holidays. I haven't got the time to go for it. And
Well,
it's
there
like,
you go.
As Swatch said
Decision
there,
made. It's easy.
poor guy would have a heart attack looking at Ian then with all the bits out. He'll eat them all nice and neat everywhere. Ian just has them thrown in a big pile.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
but as it, I've got contacts across the world. As it happens, I know somebody. I said 90 miles away. I know somebody 89 miles away across the world.
Oh,
As it happens, I know somebody. Hey, hello, 90 miles away. I know somebody 89
Hey, how's it going? Hang on.
What's up?
You all close your YouTube.
YouTube is open, electronic scrapper. There we go. Welcome in. How are you, sir?
Yeah, thank you. I just want to stop in and say hi before your show ended.
Oh yeah, we have another 10 minutes to go yet, and then we'll be finishing up. But what are you working on at the moment? Because I'm sure you're working on some sort of silver recovery or gold recovery at the moment.
Actually, all week, no. My work's had me so busy. I did have a question for you, Scrapping Irish. I've got several of, hang on, these boards.
Oh.
Yes.
And hang on. In every one of these, there are visible gold bonding wire.
Mm-hmm.
My problem is this board is glued on to this gold flashing. And if I try to pull it off, I lose the gold bonding wire.
Have you tried using acetone or acetone to loosen the glue at the back?
I have, but they are so well attached.
Heat.
And what about heat on the back of the board? Will the heat soften the glue up?
Heat gun.
It does, but those dies still remain.
Okay. Well, what I do
Those dies are not part of that top board. They're actually self-glued onto that gold flashing.
Yeah,
What's the back of the board look like?
Yeah.
Back of the board. This solid gold. Or just
Okay, so what about if you put it into copper chloride? Well, I don't know, copper chloride to take the gold off the actual board, and then you can do the process further on to dissolve the gold. Will that work?
probably. Yeah, I guess.
You know, that's what I do. I put it into the copper chloride and just let the gold float off the board, and the glue should just dissolve away as well. So you shouldn't have an issue with that. And then you should just have the gold flakes and the gold bonding wire all in the solution when you filter it.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Because the copper chloride won't dissolve the gold. All it does is dissolve copper, tin, all the metals below gold and silver. So it will dissolve all your base metals like copper, tin, lead, all that sort of stuff should be gone. And then you should be just left with the gold flakes and silver, if there's any silver on it, should be still attached to it. And then you can dissolve it. Well, I don't know if you're going to be using what's called Aquaregia or what way you're going to do that. That's the way I'd probably deal with that and see how it goes.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
Fuck you. Oh.
Oops.
Bring up the
All right, sounds like assault.
I don't know what happened there. But where did they come out of? Where, of interest, where did the boards come out of?
It actually came out of a collision avoidance out of a car.
All right. Can I see the board up big? I want to put a big screen again on for a minute. I want to have a look at the chips on it and the connectors again, the gold bond wires. All right, so you have a little connector there, which should come off as well with the copper chloride, and you have the chips. So you'll have to pick the chips out, and yeah, them gold bond wires should come loose and just end up in the solution afterwards. What I do is I try and get all them small bits off, all the MLCCs and the connectors off and the chip off, so you're not having to try and pick them out of the flakes afterwards. You know, that's what I do. You know.
Well, like I said, I appreciate it.
Yeah, the other just what Watchcall said there, Bush Dog, the black blobs on the boards, you know, them they cover the gold bonding wires as well. If the board is flexible and you bend it, them black blobs should lift enough for you to get a chisel underneath and flick them off. And then I usually put them black blobs in with any of the chips I'm going to be incinerating eventually. And then
I do the same.
Get the gold bond wires that way, because usually if there's a bit of flexible on the board, Bush Dog, and you bend the board like, and it flexes exactly where the chip is, you can usually get it up enough to put something in like a blade that'll allow you to flick that chip off. You know, that's what I find anyhow. About 8 pounds.
And I find that when I throw it in the box and sell it to board sort, the money just magically comes back again. So.
Yeah, well, that you Americans have that advantage that us, Ian Matthews here in Europe don't have. But again, I was thinking that earlier. If I had a board sort, would I still be depopulating the boards as much? And as a hobbyist, yes, I would. But if I was a full-time scrapper, no, I wouldn't. But as
Sure, normally something I would sell this to board sort is high peripheral, and yeah, I'll make money for it. The gold bonding wires on this thing are so thick, though, I just can't turn it away.
No, I hear you. I get it, man. I know. Hey, I don't pull the gold and stuff, but I still have some stuff that I've set aside because I've said, oh man, it's just too pretty to get rid of. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I'm not going to sell it.
Chuck, man after me own hurt. Trouble is, I'm a copper and brass man, and that's all I was until I started watching you lot, and then you're like, oh, keep this, keep that, and this is worth money, and that's worth money, and then it's like what I would have thrown away is now I'm hoarding until.
Oh, so you're blaming this on us?
I am, yes, definitely.
But Ian, don't you have someone coming up there, or aren't they already in business now, where you could actually sell those boards to?
I cried when I found out that those little silver things at the end of contact was over. I cried when I found out how many I've thrown away.
What, these little silver contacts like that's there, in little things?
Well, mine were more like the size of your thumb.
All right, okay.
Yeah, not little tiddly things, but it's like, no, I wish I'd have known that earlier. But that's what this is all about, isn't it? We're sharing information. And sometimes you think, I've thrown those away. I thought they were worthless. But people are collecting them. And then again, I'm collecting M&Ms. I don't know why.
Well, you can blame
M&Ms were worth something.
Hey, you can blame the M&M thing on this guy because it's his fault. It's his fault I'm collecting them blue M&Ms as well because he was one who told me there was silver in them. So
there is silver in them. It's not that bad.
Okay,
it's just it creates such a muck.
Maybe bigger.
And I wish I had time to create that video to show the muck, but just get ideas how to get around it.
I hate you. I hate you.
Sorry, I love you, Ian. No problem. No worry.
All these M&Ms of all different colours, and I'm thinking, Why am I keeping them? Because somebody on YouTube told me to.
Yeah, well, we all know who to blame for it. Because I used to never take them off the boards, the blue things, because I thought they were just low grade capacitors of some sort, and I said, I won't bother. And then Electronic Scrapper said on one of the chats one night, he goes, "Oh, I've been doing a test run on them, and there's actually silver in them. They're coming back positive for silver." I'm here. Oh, not another thing I have to pull off boards.
Well,
So
I will tell you this: the Scrapping Irish. If you ever refine them, don't bother grinding them up. Burn them, and the silver is on the outside.
Okay, so don't actually grind it up into just burn.
No,
just
don't.
incinerate them with your chips, or incinerate them the same way you would your chips or whatever.
Yeah.
I do like the fact that Ian has been following the standard corporate procedure. Who do we blame first? Okay, now we got to blame.
Right, before we finish up, I'll do my usual round around the table.
The other thing I'm kind of thankful about is when it went way back, because as you know, I just take a circuit board and I stick it in a secret location.
Yes.
So years ago, it was like everybody they depopulate a circuit board. And I'm like, sooner or later, I'm going to depopulate all those boards. Years later, it's like, oh, don't depopulate them, just sell them as they are. And I'm like, wait, I didn't depopulate them. I'm quidsing.
Yeah,
Until another year's time, it would be like, you're supposed to do something else.
There we go, Ian. There's bigger silver contacts for you now. There's a bigger silver contact.
Oh, I've thrown so many of those away.
I knew I had them there somewhere. I said, where's them bigger silver contacts I have somewhere? But anyhow, let's see what people are at for the week. So, Shark Scrapper, what are you at for the week?
I got so much going on. I don't even know what I got going on. I've got a bunch of pickups that I have to get scheduled in. Somewhere I'm going to have to find some time to do some videos. Yeah, it's just got a bit of an insane week going on. So I wish I could give you something better than that. That's all I got.
Before we go, I see a question for Scrapper Savage before I move on there, actually. There's an interesting one. What do your neighbours think or say about all the scrap electronics and stuff lying around the yard, Mr. Matthews? Well, Mr. Matthews doesn't have it lying around the yard. He has it all in his sheds. Now, again, if they're like my neighbours are, they're bringing stuff to me now. They go, "Oh, will you take this? Here's a Skybox." He knows what Skyboxes are, and Parkness would know. They're a satellite receiver box for TV over here, and they have hard drives and boards in them. They go, "Oh, will you take this old Skybox? I was going to throw it in the bin." I said, "No, I'll take it." You know, so people are actually giving me stuff now, my neighbours.
No, scrap and salvage. My missus rules the yard. You know, nothing is allowed outside the shed. Okay, I can put them behind the bins because you can't see them. You know, that's about it. You know, no, he rules the yard. If I bring anything home, it has to go behind this green screen.
Right, anyhow, e-waste, Mike, what's your plan for the week?
Probably not much because I got a jacked up back.
Okay. So
there you have it.
How did you jack your back?
Mind your own business.
Lifted the big.
Oh, he jumps off the wardrobe. You jumped off the wardrobe, didn't you?
I don't know. About once or twice a year, I got a sciatic nerve that kicks in and it kicks my ass. And the neighbors throw stuff in my yard too. So.
Yeah, so there you go. So most scrappers, eventually, people get to know you take.
Yeah.
You take shit eventually, and people go, "Oh, you man up the road there will take that. You man up," because then they go, "Oh, I don't need to put that in my bin. I can give it to you man up the road." You know, so correct. That's what happens. You know?
Correct.
Electronic Scrapper, have you anything planned for the week in scrap wise or video wise?
If I get around to it, I'm going to do a silver recovery from automotive relays.
Okay.
Ooh.
So just like the relay switches on your for for your light systems and stuff like that in your cars, is it?
Yeah, it pretty much. Yeah, they're much smaller, but they're everywhere.
They're everywhere. They're everywhere.
So again, like that's something that I don't know much about is the what's in a car that has precious metals in it. So like that's where electronic scrapper comes in, because again he's a mechanic, so and by trade or whatever, so he knows all these little other components he comes across that I wouldn't come across ever, because again I never get to see. No one comes to me and say, "Oh, here's a board out of this car." Where if I worked in that sort of game, I'd be able to know that. So that's where his channel comes in, you know.
So I would like to ask Electronic Scrapper, if you was to take a hybrid, petrol electronic module that's got all this stupid, sticky electronic silicon stuff on it, you can't get off to love the money. Who'd you take it off?
I wouldn't advise it. Just don't do it. And even the wires going into all these high end electronic cars, the high voltage lines, they're aluminum. They're not copper.
Mini. Right, so it's in my next video, but I thought, wow, I've got this. It's full of this nickel-plated nickel-plated copper. It's really big, and it's got this silicon stuff on. You can't get off. I love the money, so I tried.
It's a mess. It's a mess. Unless you burn it off, good luck.
No, I tried to jet wash it off tonight.
They put that on there. They put that on there specifically to weatherproof the board. So yeah, you're going to have a real hard time getting it off.
Yeah, you're better off to sell it as a copper bearing material.
Yeah, it laughed at me. He said, 200 bear. Is that all you got? You know, at least you brushed the dust.
I had one of my buyers tell me that he won't even buy it, even as low grade. He said it just gums things up. He doesn't want that stuff.
Where'd you get rid of it? Into the shred?
No, I went to the other buyer that wasn't smart enough to tell me no.
But it won't beat me. I will beat it.
But again, this comes down to, Ian, the amount of time it's going to take to get into that. Is it going to be ever worth that amount of time for what's in there? No. But
no. I don't know whether it's worth the time. It will not beat me.
It's all about.
Well, I look forward to the video, Ian.
The house smells of lamb shank. Rosemary braised lamb shanks. Oh my God. Oh, I may have to shut down the camera and have a private moment.
What are we now? Towards the end of June? Sooner or later, it'll be bonfire night.
That's the 23rd of June, isn't it?
November the 5th, bonfire night.
No, we have one over here, the 23rd of June. We do have a big bonfires. I don't know what it's for. Some sort of pagan tradition.
Summer solstice.
Remember the 5th of November.
Yeah, you can burn what you like and they won't bother.
Well, anyhow, Parknest, what's your plan for the week?
Well, I'm working through the week, and Friday's video will be a dash cam video. And at the weekend, I'll be bringing the caravan home. We're finally packing up the caravan and bringing it home. It's been there since March.
What, it's summer over, is it?
So, well, for this outing, might check out another outing a bit later on in the year.
Okay. So, video Friday as usual for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mr. E. Matthews, what have you got in store for us?
Oh, shit. Well, I did a 1 hour video that took 48 hours to film. So I need to film that. I need to edit that down to something watchable. And then I have 2 other videos I filmed, which are more like what I've been up to and why I haven't been filming.
Okay. So, hey, American Favorite Hoarder, thanks for dropping in. We're just finishing up. So let me see. I have a video out on Thursday. It's already uploaded, so it'll be out on Thursday. And hopefully we will see you again next Sunday. And as always, thanks for everyone that's took part in the chat, everyone that's been up in panel, everyone who's just watching and didn't do it. Even I think it was over on Facebook side was David Young. So David Young, thanks for popping in on the Facebook side. And till next week, who wants to say it? Okay, scrap you all later.
Ralph's not